In this video, you will learn how to make a graph. Every graph has two important components that you need to know. The first one is the y-axis and the second is the x-axis. Now, one way that I like to remember y-axis on the graph is by remembering this straight line. This straight line basically corresponds to the straight line right here. So that makes this vertical line y-axis. Okay, now it says y-axis has dependent variable. Now if you remember from the last video, a dependent variable is something that is measured. Okay, so let's say example of something that is being measured is that you're trying to measure the height of the plant in meter, or trying to measure the mass of a rock in gram, or maybe trying to measure the distance of a road in meters. Okay, the x-axis is this horizontal line, right? And that basically corresponds with the independent variable, something that you change. So some of the examples here is maybe that you're changing the amount of water in liter to see whether or not it will have an effect on the height of the plant in meters. You're changing the amount of blocks to see whether or not it will have an effect on the mass of the rock. You're maybe changing the time of someone's run to see how much that person ran in meters. Okay, so let's start graphing with one independent variable. If you look at the description here, it says the effect of temperature on plant growth. That very sentence contains independent variable and dependent variable. So the independent variable here is the effect of temperature, and the dependent variable is the plant growth or plant height. Okay, so I'm just going to erase so that you can see that title. Now, that being said, the effect of temperature, as I said, is the independent variable. So I have an I right in front of that temperature. Just remember, whenever you have a table format like that, usually independent variable is on the left-hand side. As you saw on the previous slide, the independent variable is usually on the x-axis. So we're going to put that temperature in degrees Celsius on the x-axis. All right, so the next thing is the increments. I know most of you guys like to do increments as 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 24, 28, 32, so on. Just know doing increments like that will be incorrect, because all the increments have to be consistent and equal. What I mean by that is if you choose the increment to be 1, then it has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth. If you do choose an increment of 2, you have to go by 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. If you do an increment of, let's say, 3, then it has to be 3, 6, 9, and so on. So all of these increments have to be very consistent. Now, the way I have chosen to do my increments is in increments of 2. So what I will do is I will do an increment as shown in the picture. Now you might get confused because you'll be like, Ms. Patel, this is not consistent because it's starting at 8. Well, this might be continuing, so I have, let's say, a continued x-axis, and I might have a 6 here, might have 4 here, might have a 2 here, and I might have a 1 here with a 0. Okay, so I basically just chose to start with 8. I'm still moving with a consistent increment with 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 8. The next is the dependent variable. For the dependent variable, I'll choose an increment as well. For this one, it's pretty simple. I can just move up in the increments of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and it's all equal. You have an increment of 10 in between each of these numbers. Okay? All right. So I will just get rid of all the ink on the slide. We will do the first one. So the first temperature is 8 degrees Celsius. For that, the plant height is 5. So that's why I have this dot, which is kind of in between 0 and 10. For 12 degrees Celsius, we have 15 plant height, 15 centimeters. For 16 temperature, we have a plant height of 30. For 20, we have 50, 22, 40, 24, 30, 28, we have 18, and 32, we have 5. Okay, next you can just connect these dots and you can see for yourself the relationship between the temperature and the plant height. Okay, so what you can see with the help of this graph is what temperature works the best for the plant height. So look at the graph, what temperature works the best? Probably 20 degrees Celsius, right? Because that's when the plant height is the highest. And then lowering the temperature or making it even higher than 20 degrees Celsius, either way, is going to affect the plant height. Next, let's talk about the title of the graph. So what title you might have for this graph? The effect of temperature on plant growth is reasonable, but usually I like to pose a question. Okay, so one of the questions you might have is, how does temperature affect the plant growth? And this graph does a really good job at giving you the answer to that question. So a graph is basically the answer to the title of the graph that you're posing. All right, next move on with two independent variables. So you have a data table, and the first independent variable that you're looking at is basically the type of soil, okay? And the next independent variable that you're looking at is basically the time. So in this next graph, you're basically working with two independent variables, and all of these numbers, the rest of the stuff, the things that you have measured, is basically the dependent variables. So these are all the data for a dependent variable. So let's get started. Sorry, I kind of went ahead. Let me go back. Okay, so I know it shows that the x-axis only has time written on it. Since we have two independent variables, we should have time as well as type of soil, but we will be plotting both independent variables on the same graph regardless. So on the y-axis, we will have both independent variable, which is the type of soil and time, and on the x-axis, we will have our dependent variable, which is the plant growth. Now the next thing we will be talking about is the increments, right? So let's look at the data table. The smallest number is 4.5 and the biggest number or the largest number is 7.6 or 8. So all we need to do is just make sure that you can accommodate 8 up on top somewhere here. So we can just go with the increment of 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, just like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so on and so forth can be your dependent variable increment. For independent variable, we have ample space since we only have week 1, 2, 3, and 4, so we can space out and we can have week 1, 2, 3, and 4 plotted like this. The first plot that we will be making is with the organic soil. So for week 1, the plant that grew in organic soil was 5 centimeters. Week 2 was 7 centimeter, week 3 was 7.5, week 4 was 7.6. Next, we will be plotting with plant growth in regular soil, and I chose dark green color for that. Week 1, it's 4.5 centimeter, week 2 is 6 centimeters, week 3 is 6.3, and week 4 is 6.8. Now look at the graph and you tell me, in what type of soil did plant grow better? Clearly in organic soil, right? Now what can be a good title of this graph? Know that the graph basically is the answer to a posed question title. Maybe the title can be, does changing soil affect plant growth? Or does using organic soil affect the height of the plant? Or is organic soil better than the regular soil? So there's no one correct answer. There can be multiple correct answers for the title of a graph. I hope this helps and it makes sense.